Hello guys, welcome back again. This is Suresh from SDET Mission channel. Today we will see how we can utilize the AI approach in our software testing. And this AI has been very aggressively used in the software IT industry in terms of development, in terms of testing and DevOps areas. Even in the product space also, this AI is getting used and how we can leverage this AI concept in our software testing. Unlike the development space where the code will be there and you when we asking that whether this code is correct or not, whether you can provide me the refactored version of this code, like that you can ask the coding. But whereas in the software manual testing especially, you don't know how to use this AI approach. Sometimes you might be confused whether to use this AI approach in manual testing or not, and you might be wondering whether this AI will help in the manual testing. So we will deal with that kind of questions in this series. So first and foremost series that we are doing on the test case writing, how we can leverage this AI in our test case writing. So let's get started and do watch this entire session so that you will understand the best possible prompt to provide to get the accurate results of your need. The first and foremost thing is we will write one test case or ask for test cases to the AI. So in this scenario, I am using the Chat GPT. You can use any of the AI. It may be Gemini and Copilot and Cloud Code and many things we have. So you can use anything, but the solution what you're looking is based on your requirement. So let me write a simple prompt to ask write test cases. I'm just asking this login test cases for login. Okay, it has given me some test cases. So we have given only a single line. So that single line is write test cases for login. So with that context, what details it has given to us is the most important thing. So it has given us one tabular format, and in that tabular format there are 20 test cases are there. So let me read a couple of them. So login with valid credentials, invalid, invalid, and empty. Then both fields empty, password masking, remind me functionality, and case sensitive, check, session timeout. So these are the general purpose test cases, like how a login functionality will be evaluated. So in that sense, it has given you the exact test cases. So these are valid and you can test them against your any of the application. And additionally, it has given the security test. There are security test cases and some are the positive and the negative test cases. So it has given me this details. So in these details, the first and foremost is whether these test cases are really important for your application. That is the main question, because we don't know whether to perform these test cases against my application. My application domain may be different, my application UI may be different. So how can you enhance this prompt? So here I just written a test cases for login functionality, but I did not specify for which login functionality I need to verify, whether your application is a e-commerce application or it's a banking application or it's a mobile application. So like this we have to provide, and sometimes what happen, we have to provide the whether you see the sign in and sign up, whether you just see a sign in, or whether your application page has more UI fields. All these things we have to specify. Now with the same prompt, so I'm just writing again, right, test cases for login functionality for the banking application, and in login page I need to test only UI tests. So I have given some more additional context to it. So write test cases for login functionality for the banking application, and in the login I need to test only UI tests. So I'm specifically mentioning that I need to evaluate only UI test, and this will give you more coverage to your prompt. So if I enter this, and you will see some more additional changes will be happen on top of the earlier one. Now you will see this is the table that it has given again. So in this table, verify login page load successfully, verify banking logo visible, verify login page title, username presence, password presence, and so all these details it has given. So registered and new user link visible, and password visible toggle, because in banking applications what happened that we will have one toggle button whether to see the password or hide the password. So that is there. And placeholders are the main important, because in the banking application what happen, our username field and password field, they shouldn't be empty. They should have a placeholder saying that this is a username, this is a password, even though you have a the web element text. Even after that you have to specify, and the label alignment and the field size. So all these details it has given. So earlier it has given 20, now it has given more than 20. And it has given some UI tests, the accessibility UI test, because the banking applications are meant to be for both normal users and also the disabled users, because banking application is for everyone. So we have to treat everyone equally, irrespective of what their disability. So this test case is also important, because in the earlier prompt we just said that I need a login test cases. I did not given any context to it. Now I given the context of saying that it's a banking application. Then it will analyze that okay, this test cases are important for both a normal user and disabled users. And there are some disability where color disability will be also there. For that also we have to verify the contrast of the colors. So this is how it is analyzed and given the test cases. And there are some banking specific UI test cases. So like secure login banner or messages, and customer care information visibility, the fraud warning messages, SL lock visibility in the browser. So all this we have to verify against the banking application. Similarly, if I just change the prompt, so now I just specify that it's a banking application. Now if I say same banking application but in a mobile handset, so I will give the same prompt, and this test case is for mobile application. Now it will again change the approach of the UI test cases. Earlier it will be on the UI. Now I am saying that specifically this is for mobile application. So mobile application, these test cases may varies. So these are all the common things, and specific to mobile. Let me see at the bottom. So it's still writing. Okay, it has given the almost similar test cases, but there are some changes to it. For example, accessibility UI test, you can see the screen renders support, where focus on the order, and also the biometric icon accessibility. So there will be a biometric authentication, right? So that accessibility, and the zoom in and magnification support, because we have to pinch in and pinch out in the mobile application view. So that support. And in the UI test, if anything it is changed, let me go from the bottom, whether the UI is consistent across Android, iOS, localization, UI support, light mode, dark mode, because these modes will be available right by default. Android mobile or iOS mobile supports this themes, dark mode themes and light mode themes. So all this will be verified. And also there are footer links, and I think this has given me some UI test, and with that UI test it has added the flavor of the mobile applications UI. So this is how you can play with the prompt to see for your application needs. So this is the way that you have to build your own prompt to strongly see in the specific area of your application, rather going in a generic approach. So generic approach will also be a valid one, but not all applications use a generic kind of UI. So this differs from domain to domain, application to application, and product to product. I hope this small session is useful for you. In case if you are new to my channel, do subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, queries, do post in my comment section. I will help you out. And thank you for watching.